Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, ang pag-uusapan natin is yung process paano maka-apply ng New Zealand Tourist Visa as a Philippine Passport Holder. At kung paano yung proseso mula sa pag-apply, sa pag-submit ng mga documents, up until sa approval process ng visa. So, New Zealand is a beautiful country and alam naman natin na pangarap din natin yung mga Pilipino na makabisita sa New Zealand. Maganda doon. But if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell para ma-notify kayo sa aking mga future videos. So, let's go guys and discover this place. Alright, so the first thing na dapat nating alamin is to first determine if you need a visitor visa. So, just a general information for all Filipino citizens. We require to get a visitor visa to enter New Zealand for tourism, as unfortunately, hindi pa tayo part ng New Zealand's visa waiver program. So, at this point, kailangan nating mag-apply ng visitor's visa when we are going to visit New Zealand. So, the visa can let you stay up to 9 months for single entry, or you can stay there for 6 months total within 12-month period for multiple entry visas. So, the visa is only available for tourism, to see family, friends, or you can also do a short-term business proposal. So, if you're going there for business proposals, you can also use that for that visa. You can also study up to 3 months in New Zealand if you have this visa. However, you cannot work on this visa. So this visa will not allow you to work. It's only for tourism and business proposals, and at the same time you can also, or they will also allow you to study up to 3 months using the visa. Then the next step is you'll need to gather the required documents. So ang kailangan nating i-provide is, of course, kailangan natin ng passport. So these documents, you need to ensure that these documents are in English or also accompanied by a certified translations kung wala kayong mga English documents. But mostly naman sa ating mga Pilipino, most of our documentations are written in English naman. So that should not be a problem. But the first document that you need to provide is, of course, your passport. And this passport, you need to have this passport valid for at least 3 months after your planned departure from New Zealand. So, provide a clear copy of the information page. Kailangan nating ipakita yung photo o yung picture mo dun sa passport, yung pangalan mo. It needs to be clear. The date of birth and of course the passport number. And then sa photo din naman, kailangan mo ng 1 passport size photo kung mag-a-apply ka online, or 2 photos if using a paper application. Kasi pwede ka mag-apply online, or you can also apply via the embassy. So magsasubmit ka ng mga actual paper documentation and send them to the embassy. So these are the requirements for the photos. So your photos must be less than 6 months old. It should show a clear front view of your face with a plain background. So if you're uploading it online, it has to meet technical requirements. So ito yung mga technical requirements ng iyong photo. Ilalagay ko dito sa screen para makita nyo yung kanilang required technical requirements ng iyong photos, especially for online submissions. The next document na kailangan mong ihanda is your proof of financial means. So you need to show na meron tayong enough fund to cover your stay in New Zealand. You can provide documents like bank statements or bank certificate. So this is just a proof that you have the enough funds for you to, supply your stay in New Zealand rather. So Immigration New Zealand may require at least 4,200 New Zealand dollars for living expenses. Plus, you also need to fund your return ticket. So kailangan mo rin yung syempre paghandaan. The next document is, at least you need to create like a travel itinerary, just an outline of your trip, including your proposed flight details kung meron kayong na-book na ticket. But advice lang sa mga magbo-book ng ticket, kailangan nyo at least i-book yung mga refundable flights, kasi kung hindi ma-approve yung visa nyo, at least makukuha nyo yung pera, makukuha nyo pa rin yung pera kasi sayang naman kung mag-book kayo ng non-refundable tickets tapos hindi pala ma-approve yung visa. So, might as well, wag mo nang mag-book ng ticket habang mag-a-apply pa lang ng visa. But at least, you need to create your itinerary. Like, ihanda mo na yung mga proposed na flights na kukunin mo o yung mga itinerary or mga lugar na pupuntahan mo. At least, you have an idea kung ano yung mga bibisitahin mong lugar sa New Zealand. Of course, you also need to provide like accommodation plans kung mag-hotel kayo or kung magsistay kayo sa family or friends, at least you have that information available. So again, if you're booking hotels, at least you book a refundable hotel bookings. Para naman if hindi ma-approve yung visa, ma-refund kayo ng iyong bookings. The next document that you need to prepare is your proof of ties to the Philippines. So you need to show documents that you intend to return home. So ano yung mga documents na ito? Una, yung importante dito yung sa mga nagtatrabaho, you can ask for your certificate of employment, no objection letter from your employer. So yung nag-indicate na kaya mong magtrabaho or parang available yung trabaho mo pagbalik. So may babalikan kang trabaho is what I'm trying to say. You can also provide document like an income tax return kung meron kayong available na document na yon. You can also provide like property documents or kung ano-ano yung mga documents na maipoprovide mo proving na babalik ka pa sa Pilipinas after your trip. Other optional supporting documents, ito yung mga documents na makakatulong sa inyo to strengthen your application, like bank statements for at least for the last 3 months. If you have savings like your own personal savings or retirement savings, get a documentation or certificate for that. You can also use that as your proof. And if you have traveled somewhere before like US visa or Canada visa or Australia visa, you might want to also get a document for that, or you can show you can take a photo of your passport and present it with your documentation as a proof that you have already been traveling and New Zealand will be your next stop for this travel journeys. And other health and character requirements as well. So ito yung possibly na hihingi ng New Zealand immigration. You may need a chest x-ray or medical examination kasi napaka-strict po ng especially yung health situation sa New Zealand, napaka-strict po ng government nila. So, medical examination if staying longer than 6 months or if requested by Immigration New Zealand. So, if they require for you to have a chest x-ray, then you just need to do that. They will send you email as to how you can or how and when or where. You also might need to provide a police certificate if your stay in New Zealand, if your total stay in New Zealand across all visits will be at least 20 or more than 24 months. And then the last document that you need to prepare is the New Zealand Travel Declarations or the NZTD. You must complete this online form, although free naman ito. So this will be used for customs, immigration, and biosecurity purposes. It is linked to your passport and can be submitted 24 hours before departure if arriving by plane. So, ito yung isa sa document na kakailanganin mo when you apply or when you travel to New Zealand. So the next step is once you gathered all your documents, you need to choose now your application method. Again, I've mentioned earlier that you will have 2 application pathways, or actually pwede ka ring pumunta sa representative or authorized person. But the most common is the online and the paper application. So if you process an online application, here are the steps. So you need to create a RealMe account. So this is the Immigration New Zealand website. So I'll put the link in the description below, but makikita niyo sa screen na ito yung appearance niya. You just have to complete the online visa application form. There will be approximately 50 questions in that form. So, kailangan mo munang mag-create ng account before you answer all the questions kasi i-upload mo rin yung mga documents doon. So, again, the next step is to upload all required documents in PDF format. So, kailangan mong, kung meron kang mga documents, kailangan mo silang scan and then put that in a document as a PDF. Except, of course, the photo kasi kailangan mo yung photo in a JPEG configuration. So, ensure na kailangan yung files are not password protected. So, at least it's all accessible or not compressed as well. Kasi kung compressed yung mga documents natin, sometimes maapektuhan yung kanilang quality. So, after submitting, you may be asked to send your passport to a Visa Application Center or VAC. So, pag nasubmit mo na yung online applications mo, baka hihingi ng immigration na isend mo yung passport, yung original passport for verification within usually 20 working days. Use as signature required courier service. Kung ipapadala mo yung passport mo sa immigration ng New Zealand, you need to at least send it in a secure way like LBC or any courier service na nagre-require ng signature para secured yung visa mo. Yung passport mo. The next or the other option is you can apply through a paper application. So what you need to do is you go to the website and you need to download the form. The name of the form, you can type it in a website. It's Visitor Visa Application. The form number is INZ1017 from the Immigration New Zealand website. And then you need to submit the completed form. Again, if you fill up mo yung form, and then together with the original passport or certified copy of the passport. And of course, yung mga other documents na diniscuss natin kanina, you need to provide them as well and send them through to the VAC in the Philippines, either in Manila or Cebu. So for the online application as well, there will be steps on how you upload the documents. So as you go, you will be asked to download those documents as well. So you can download the documents online. If you go through or if you want to apply for a visa to New Zealand via a representative, make sure that that person is authorized to submit your application at a VAC. So provide an authorization letter, your ID, and the representative's ID. So if you are asking a person to submit your application documents, you just have to provide those letters and IDs. So ito yung mga addresses that you can send your documents to. Sa Manila, ito yung address nila. At ito naman yung sa Cebu. Take note that office hours is only Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Manila or 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Cebu and always closed on public holidays. Alright, so the next step that you need to do is to pay for the visa fees. Let me just remind you that visa fee is waived for stays less than 59 days for us Filipinos. So if we travel to New Zealand and we want to stay there 59 days or less, hindi na kailangang magbayad ng visa fee kasi ang Pilipinas po is part sa fee waiver country ng New Zealand. The other fee that you need to pay though is you need to pay for the International Visitor Conservation and Tourism Levy or IVL, which is 100 New Zealand dollars, approximately 3,500 pesos. So this is payable during the application process. So they will require you to pay and the process will also be listed online. The other fee that you need to pay will be the VAC handling fee or the Visa Application Center's handling fee, approximately 600 pesos for two-way delivery if submitting documents in person or by courier. So, ito naman yung mga additional costs if applicable kung hihingi ng immigration sa inyo. You need to pay for the medical examination or x-ray, the police clearance fees, mga courier fees para i-send yung documents. Kailangan mong bayaran yon. Of course, kung kailangan mo ng translator, then you need to also pay for the translation fees for non-English documents. So, yun yung additional costs if applicable. So, you can also pay or make the payments via Visa or MasterCard if you are paying online. The next step is now you need to submit your application. So online, so after uploading documents and paying the fees, submit your application through the Immigration New Zealand portal. So yung website kung saan kayo nag-answer ng mga questions, you can just submit the documents over there. You will receive a confirmation and may be asked to send your passport to a VAC for scanning. So again, it will be required. Kung kailangan nila, they will notify you. If you are submitting in person or by courier, submit your documents and passport to a VAC, so yung Visa Application Center. And if using a courier, include a prepaid signature required return envelope. So kailangan mong mag-send together with a return envelope kung magpa-process ka or magsisend ka sa courier. Please note though that incomplete application may be returned or delayed. So ensure all documents are complete and meet the requirements. Now, the next step is, of course, you need to wait for processing. So processing time for a New Zealand tourist visa typically takes 20 working days. But it can be faster. It can be 3 to 5 days. And if you have a travel history to first world countries like US, Canada, or Australia, or slower if additional documents are requested. So yun yung mga reasons kung bakit ma-delay or mapabilis yung application process. Again, you check your application status online via your RealMe account. So kailangan mong gumawa ng account. It is a requirement anyway, so you need to have that account. You may be contacted for an interview, though this is rare for visitor visa applications. So if they will call you for an interview, you just have to set a date. The next is you can receive your visa. So kung approved yung visa ninyo, you'll receive an e-visa via email. So via email yung approval visa nyo, which includes visa details and conditions. You need to properly read all the conditions on your visa kasi kailangan mong maintindihan kung ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin when you arrive in New Zealand. Print this approval letter and carry it during your travel. So kailangan yung i-print at dalhin mo yun as you travel to New Zealand. So New Zealand no longer issues physical visa stickers. So kung ano yung ipinrint out nyo, yun na yung visa ninyo. If you submitted your passport to a VAC, you can collect it during designated hours, 2 to 4 p.m. in Manila or 1 to 4 p.m. in Cebu, only Monday to Friday. And if your visa is declined, kung hindi naman pasado yung visa application ninyo, Immigration New Zealand will provide a reason and you can reapply with corrected or additional documents. Again, panibagong payments at panibagong bayad na naman yon. So, make sure na unang apply, kumpleto yung documents and you are truthful at lahat ng mga kailangang documents are already available. So there you go guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. At kung meron kayong mga questions, don't forget to just comment them down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates in the future. So thank you for watching. God bless guys. Bye.